Also getting word right now that National Security Advisor John Bolton has been speaking with his counterpart for the United Arab Emirates today about Syria. They might have played a key role in this behind the scenes, but we'll get details on that very shortly. Dr. Zuhdi Jasser joins us right now, the American Islamic Forum for Democracy head. You know, Zuhdi, much has been made of getting a handle on Syria going forward with this chemical weapons thing. Now, of course, they argue, the Russians argue, no chemical weapons here, certainly not provoked or countenanced by us. Do you believe that?
Well, I think what we learned today, you saw a clinic with the UN ambassador from Russia of their projection. They'd used terms like neo-colonialism and other things, and Syria was no longer a civil war when Russia entered it in 2015 in September. And ultimately, you saw them having their little hissy fit today because they saw that we have a president now that's going to set red lines, that's not going to let powers like Russia and Iran colonialize Syria and continue to let evil...
But Zuhdi, what elicits that response? I understand the total inhumanity of using chemical weapons and the 45 who were killed in this town. But 45,000 have been killed by conventional means in this country over the last few years. And I'm wondering, is it just the chemical part that insults the global community and our better sense of humanity? I mean, dead in the end is dead, isn't it?
You're right. And as a Syrian American, I certainly would tell you that my family in Damascus and Aleppo don't see much difference in what has happened yesterday from today to yesterday. As an American, I would tell you that the protectors of the free world today put the tyrants on notice that anyone in the future that would use chemical weapons, that would put our soldiers, our sons and daughters in jeopardy to be the subjects of chemical weapons, have been put on notice that that's a red line that we will not allow to happen. As far as internally in Syria, I don't think much has changed. I think we need to have a longer strategy. We need to have a strategy like we had in the Balkans, where the NATO alliance starts to have UN protection forces, no-fly zones, and a longer strategy. For the Syrians, you're right. Not much has changed, whether it's barrel bombs, hospitals being bombed. The way they die doesn't matter for the Syrian opposition, for the revolution. But for the world, the protection against the threat of chemical biological warfare, I think now they're starting to say, you know what, the free world has woken up. The Russias, the Irans of the world who will use chemical weapons will no longer be able to do so without blinking.
All right, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, thank you.